Today's show, it's all about the 53-man roster and the projection after the 2024 NFL Draft. What players do I have in? What players do I have out? It's going to be a difficult video here because projecting a 53 is quite difficult when you have a lot of talent on your team. Before we, though, get really started, you got to understand that right now we can have 91 players on the roster, and before the start of the NFL season, they got to cut down to 53. So the guys that are currently in the roster, not everyone is going to be available because they get cut. Before we get into the video, subscribe to the channel. Free Lions content 366 days out of the year and 24/7. If you are a fan of the Detroit Lions, then this is all for you. Subscribe and hit that channel. Let's go ahead and jump first into special teams. Want to knock this one out real quick here. And right now, this is what I got. Scott Daly as our long snapper, Jack Fox as the punter, the kicker. This is the one I'm not 100% sure on here, Michael Badgley. Why? Because Jake Bates is yet to be done with the UFL, and I do believe that the Detroit Lions will probably sign him. But as it sits right now, I'll take Michael Badgley over the free agent that we picked up. That's what I have for the special teams right now. So, got a question for you. Will Michael Badgley be the kicker to start the 2024 NFL season? Hey, let me know. Y for yes and N for no. I can't wait to see this one. We get to the 53. We're going to start with the quarterback position first here. After special teams, I think that's the best way to start. We'll go offense, then defense, and kind of break it all down for you. So right now, for the quarterback position, I actually only have two quarterbacks going to be on the 53-man roster. Jared Goff, obviously, is going to be the starter for the football team. And I got Hendon Hooker as the quarterback, too. Now, there could be three quarterbacks, right? But I'm not going to go with that. I'm only going to go with two quarterbacks here. And the third quarterback, it could be on the practice squad. So that could be anybody, right? That could be a guy currently on the roster right now, or somebody else, or Nate Sudfeld, but I only got two for the 53-man roster. Let's go ahead and jump into the running back position right here. I got four making the team, and David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs is your starter, whoever you want to put 1 or 1A, it doesn't really matter there. Craig Reynolds, the backup, and Sion Vaki as our number 4. Now, Zonovan Knight was kind of in that spot, but I think that Sion Vaki is going to take it right now. You notice I don't have a fullback on the roster. That is intentional. So this is what I have here. David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, 1 and 2. You can flip which one you want as 1 or 2. Doesn't really matter here. And Craig Reynolds is number 3, and Sion Vaki coming in here because he has special teams capability and he can be emergency safety. So since he has so many different aspects to his game, I have him thrown here on the running back position. And, you know, look, you can put him at the safety, wherever you want to do, but I have him as a running back. Let's go ahead and jump into the wide receivers for the Detroit Lions here. Now, I got 6 wide receivers making the team, even though there's only 5 showing, because I do have Isaiah Williams making the roster. He's just not on this one. So Isaiah Williams would be your number 6. But obviously, Amon-Ra St. Brown, 1. Jameson Williams, 2. Kalif Raymond, 3. Donovan Peoples-Jones, 4. Antoine Green, 5. This could change. The Lions could absolutely sign a wide receiver, and that would push that wide receiver potentially in for that number 5 spot, and Green moves down to 6. So currently we got 6 receivers who I think make the team, but free agency is still going on. So we got to wonder if they add another player. But right now we don't have that player. So that's how we're going to get here. Now, if you don't like overpaying for sports, you need to get GameTime. With killer deals and last-minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed, you can stop stressing and start getting hyped for the fun that you're going to have. It's easy to find and buy tickets for every kind of event in your area, whether that's sporting events, concerts, comedy shows, or whatever, With their lowest price guarantee, that's the Game Time guaranteed, which means you always get the best prices. And if you find tickets in the same area and section row or less, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. You can get exclusive flash deals on tickets for football, baseball, basketball, concerts, and more. In the middle screenshot, by the way, I think it's a fantastic feature of the app. It shows you where your seat is, and if you move your phone left or right, you can see the surrounding area like a 3D live photo. So download Game Time today and plug in Chat Sports, get $20 off your first purchase. It's easy. Go to the redeem code section, plug in Chat Sports, get $20 off, terms to apply, create an account, got to have an email to save that money. So get started right now with Game Time, and the information and link is going to be in the comment section and description of this video. If you're buying Lion 6 this year, make sure using Game Time. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets and lowest prices guaranteed. With Mother's Day right around the corner, I got a question for you. Is your mom a Lions fan? Let me know in the comment section. Why for yes and for no. My mom is. She's a Lions fan. I want to hear your thoughts. Let's continue on. We're going to get to the tight end position here. This one is real simple. We got 3 tight ends who I think make the roster. Sam LaPorta is going to be your tight end 1, as we all know. Brock Wright, he signed that deal, a pretty big deal here. So he's going to be here. James Mitchell is going to be your number 3. Now, if you say, what about getting another tight end? Well, it could be on the practice squad, but this is who I got as your starting tight end for the Detroit Lions this season. Let's go ahead and jump into the offensive line here. And we got a lot of names on this list because we got a lot of players on the offensive line. So let's get to it right now. Taylor Decker is going to be here. Obviously, Graham Glasgow, Frank Ragnow, Kevin Zeitler, and Penei Sewell. They're your starters. Kayode Awosika, Giovanni Manu, Christian Mahogany. I have them making the roster. I have guards here. Now, Manu said he could be playing guard. We don't know for sure, so I just put that guard anyways. Dan Skipper and Colby Sorsdale as your backups. Now, if Manu is going to be a tackle, he could play both positions, so that would make it a little bit easier. You want to have more than just one backup tackle. So that's what I got going on right now for the Detroit Lions offensive line. And I think it's going to be the same names. Could be, different title, though, for Manu. We just don't really know at this point. Let's go ahead and jump on the defensive side of the Detroit Lions here. We're going to start with defensive end. And this one is an interesting group of folks here. You got Aiden Hutchinson. He's going to be your number 1. Marcus Davenport's going to be your number 2. He'd be the opposite. Joshua Pascal, John Kaminsky, and Matthew Betts. Those are your defensive ends so far this season. It could switch up again. The Lions could pick up another edge rusher, in free agency or after teams cut down to the 53, but right now that's who I have, the Lions' depth at edge. Let's continue on here, and we're going to talk with the defensive tackle position. The big boys in the middle, they need some love too, and we got a pretty good defensive tackle group here. Lee McNeil and DJ Rader. Your starters, Broderick Martin and Makai Wingo, is your backups. Pretty good right now when you look at defensive tackle. Not a bad list here. I think it's much an upgrade over last year. We didn't know what was going on with some of the defensive tackles on this football team. Isaiah Buggs is dealing with a lot of issues. So that is your DTs. Extremely better than it was last year. Super excited about that. Linebackers here. A lot of familiar names here with the Detroit Lions linebacker group here. And we're going to get into that right now. You got Alex Anzalone. He's your starter there. Jack Campbell, Derek Barnes. Those guys are predominantly on the field. James Houston. He's an edge / linebacker, so I just threw him on this list here. And Jalen Reeves-Maben, who is a good linebacker as well as a special teamer. So the Lions are pretty good at the linebacker position. Solid group of guys, and it should be a strength of this team, again, as it kind of was last year. Let's get into the Lions cornerback position. A lot of corners here to discuss and where they're going to be here. And I got actually 7 making the team because this is a strong group of corners. Carlton Davis, who we traded for, clearly is going to be there. Terrion Arnold, who we traded up to get. Number 2, Amik Robertson up in there. who we picked up in free agency. Ennis Rakestraw, our draft pick. Emmanuel Mosley we signed, and Khalil Dorsey is a special teamer and kick returner. And I still got Kindle Vildor on here. He could be the one man out, or Mosley. I think it could be one of those two if they were to just have 6, because Khalil Dorsey can do special teams, and that's something that they do like. But that's who I have making the roster right now. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Again, we're going to be making content all the time. It's 24/7, 366 days a year. If you like Detroit Lions content, hey, this is the channel for you. Let's jump into the safety position really quick here. We got good safeties, and this one could actually switch up as well due to still in free agency. So let's get to my list really quick here. I got Brian Branch, obviously safety, Futu Melfanu, and Kirby Joseph. That is going to be your starting safety, so you'll switch it up in which position where. That's it there. And Brandon Joseph right now is number 4. Now, this could switch up a little bit, right? If they want to get another safety or to get a guy in free agency, another veteran in there, so that's very possible. But we can only go with what we have right now, and that's what I have right now. So let me know your thoughts on my 53-man roster. Who did I leave out? Who should be added to this list? Who shouldn't be? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. With that said, folks, adios.